Okay, today I need to vent some frustrations. And this is, I think it's part of awakening too. When you're in a space where you're starting to see different perspectives and easier ways, more simple ways of being. But there's people around you that are not seeing that. So for instance, like at work, something seems very logical to you, but nobody wants to listen to you. Or in a relationship, when somebody's continually making choices that kind of go against their better judgment, or they're living in the past and they're so stuck in the past that they can't seem to get out of it. And they're constantly repeating pattern after pattern. I'm experiencing a lot of these things on different levels, and it's like you see it so clearly and you just can't seem to even communicate it in a way that makes sense and that they're going to hear you, because they're not in that place yet. And so when they're not in the place yet of awakening or in that same frequency, they're not going to see it your way. They're not going to, they're not going to understand it in that way. And I'm not saying that my views are better than other people. I'm not saying that at all. I'm just saying, because certain things logically, I feel like I have understanding of certain things, and it just seems like other people just don't see it that way. And that's okay. And even if it affects you in your life, even if it affects you, and there's a reason why you're not in that role of making those decisions. It's not yours. It's not yours to take on. It's somebody else's. And you need to give it back to them and let them figure it out for themselves, because it's not yours to resolve or to figure out. It's theirs. That's so hard when you see it and you can't get them to see it. It's so hard. When you're experiencing that and you're finding yourself being frustrated with people that you care about or that are in your space and they affect your day-to-day, how can you not let it affect you? What's the key to that? Because things come up, and just because you see it clearly and they're not going to yet, what do you do to manage that for yourself? Because again, they're not going to change it. So this is kind of what I'm experiencing myself, and I'm realizing that it's okay to vent about it. First of all, that is okay to vent about it and to get it out. But then I'm noticing and I'm realizing that after I'm venting, I'm already looking at it from a different perspective, because, whereas I used to sit with me for days, this kind of stuff. And now I feel like, okay, what other kind of perspective can I have on this? So I'm in a better place. So I'm in my high frequency and I'm not letting it affect me, because, whatever they do isn't my role, it's theirs. So what can I do to be more at peace with it? And I've realized that vent about it, get it out, and then find things that make you feel at peace. Because like for me, I'm walking. That is something that really makes me feel at peace. So I am putting myself in a different place, grounding myself, getting, finding peace in nature. That is what gets me in a different place. Cooking or whatever, doing something creative that makes you be focused on the task at hand, rather than being in your mind and creating all these scenarios of why things should be different, or why things should be better, or why they should be doing this, or why, maybe this is the way I can communicate to get them to understand. It's not your job. It's just not your job. That's their life. Unless they seek, clarity through you, unless they ask you questions and are really curious about, well, what are you doing differently? That's when you can express advice or give them insight on what you're doing. But otherwise, not theirs, or not your job. It's not your job. So just wanted to talk about that, because we do have things that are still going to get to us, because we just don't understand why other people aren't maybe in the same place, because we are in a different place now. And so, and again, I'm not saying that I'm higher than anybody or better than anybody. That is not what this is about. It's more about, I'm just seeing things in a different perspective now, a different set of glasses. And that doesn't mean that I need to have judgment on others that don't, because they're working on their own journey. They're working on their own lives. They're working on their own path. That is not for me to decide for them, and that's really hard, especially when you're an empath, because you want everything to be good around you. And when things are in turmoil around you, which there is a lot of turmoil right now around us in maybe our daily lives, but also in our country and in our world, there's a lot of turmoil. And so the best way to counteract that is to be at peace in yourself. Find what works for you, get you in your peaceful place. Feel the love, believe in miracles for yourself. Because once you get there, you'll be surprised at how it affects other people, because people watch you. People pay attention. And when they're seeing things in your life changing, because even if, let's say you have a partner that's not in the same place that you are, even if you're changing things within yourself, they will come along. They will come along. It will happen. So anyway, just wanted to share that insight. Again, there can be frustration in 5D as well, because we're still kind of, I don't know, for me, I feel like I'm kind of 1 foot in, 1 foot out still. So I have the 5D perspective in a lot of things, but there's still all these old realities that are still coming and still there. So anyway, let me know what you're experiencing, if you're having the same issues, if you're finding that, you're almost more frustrated with things around you because you're in this great place and you just can't understand why others are not there yet. And so let me know what you're thinking. Leave a comment below. I'd love to hear. And remember, you matter. You are an incredible light human being. And it's okay to have frustrations and to vent and to get it out. And then find that place where you can focus and be creative and find peace. All right. Wishing you an amazing day. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.